Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Again, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a very serious thing. Okay, so after a lot of thought and process, I was able to divide our society into five different groups. Okay, I'm going to briefly go over each of them, and then in the following days, I'll leave a message for each one of those groups. Okay, so I was actually debating, should I start from least worst to best, or I mean, like worst to best or best to worst? And then I realized I'm gonna start smack in the middle at level 3. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump in, and the reason why it's kind of important to watch this video is because this is actually an exercise. Okay, you have to figure out based on the descriptions which group you're from, and based on that, I'll give you a little piece of advice and what y'all's main problem in life is and how to fix it. Um, yeah, it's gonna be really brief though, and yeah, let's jump right in. So the middle category, which is kind of like the neutral people, they are going to be called the nobodies. Okay? They are actually a big part of society. I won't say most, I'll say maybe 50%. These people live and die with no legacy. They don't leave a good legacy or a bad legacy. Um, when you're talking spiritually, then I could say only a few of them make it to heaven in the end. Okay, basically straight to heaven without having to go through the purification process first. Why? It's kind of hard to get the same amount of like good deeds and bad deeds. You should always err on the side of caution because a lot of good deeds we do, we over dramatize them in our mind and keep remembering them, but we don't do that for our sins. So these nobodies of society, which are actually a lot of the somebodies of society, um, they, even though they have many opportunities, they just don't feel the need to do it, to take them. Okay? They aren't part of the good doers. That's not one of their daily activities. If they had a log of the good things they do in life, they couldn't fill it every day. And if they also had a log of the bad things they do in life, they wouldn't fill it every day. These people are the neutralist of the neutral people. Okay? Their main issue is that they're not ambitious to self actualize or become their best self for the sake of God. Okay? And the only way to fix that is by realizing your mistake, by realizing after I die, what part of me will carry on? Well, I don't even have a good part or a bad part to carry on. Start establishing that. Okay. Next, and I'm going to forward to level 4. Okay, we started on level 3. Okay? I'm going to go to level 4 and then 5 and then I'm going to go back to 1 and 2. Okay. Level 4 are the good doers. These people die with a legacy. It's a small legacy, but for example, a, there's a good doer and they leave a child that will remember the goodness they do. Let's say they used to feed homeless people. That child will, when they remember their parent, then they might go and, out of sheer remembrance of their parent and how they used to do it, they might go ahead and feed a homeless guy and remember, wow, it actually does feel good. Okay, these good doers leave a tiny legacy, but they do leave a legacy. Okay, and their job in life is to do good. Okay, they will do good for the sake of God. They will sacrifice for the sake of peace. They will do a lot of things that are in the good category. Okay, the main problem for the good doers is that they haven't really established a way to outreach. Okay, they've done good themselves, but level 5, as I'm going to come to, is when you do good, but also spread it around and help others become good doers. Remember those nobodies? So the problem with good doers is they don't help nobodies become good doers. Okay, then you have level 5. These people are going to be called the detoxers of society. Okay, and I'm actually going to pair 1 and 5 together. Level 1, which is actually the worst level, these people are the scum of society. Okay? The scum of society die with a legacy. but their legacy is to corrupt and liberalize and make people believe in ease versus believing in truth, because it's very like easy to make people believe in what's easier because people are inclined to believe that. Okay, so these people have a mission on their mind. Their mission is, I have to make whatever I'm doing, whether it's good or bad, become a norm so that I'm not looked at somebody who can't sacrifice, and I'm actually looked at as somebody who is doing exercising kindness to the self. Okay? The detoxers of society have a goal too, and that's to erase the work of the toxins of society or the scum of society. Okay? It's definitely a hard job because they have to combat a lot of people. Um, as the Prophet ﷺ said, you know, the foam of the sea? He said, that's how the people on the day of judgment will come, but only like the sea, but only that foam at the top, those only that cream of the crop is going to be entered into paradise immediately. Okay, it's in theory it's very easy to go to paradise, but because of the scum of society, it's very hard. And I'll give you an example. Um, my big sister, me, and my mom, like we all wear niqab. It's the face covering. Okay, for the sake of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, or for the sake of God. Okay, we were going somewhere one day, and this lady just came and was like, "Hey, take that off." She said it to my big sister, and my big sister just like looked like she's a pretty peaceful person. She just looked at that lady and said, "Huh?" And then that lady was like, "Yeah, you're scaring people." And my big sister was like, I actually do this for my religion." And that lady was like, "No, that's not what religion is." And that lady, she obviously clearly could not tell what modesty was. So my big sister just said, you see, our prophet had girls in his family, and this is the type of modesty they would exercise. And so we're doing the same thing with the intention of following our prophet, okay, and his family. And that lady was like, no, no, you're just scaring people. She left, okay? And we all just looked at each other like, okay, you know what, never mind. Let's just forget that ever happened. But that lady did something that characterizes her as part of the scum of society. Okay, these people need to be scrubbed off. Okay, and that's what the detoxers do. They make sure that even if the scum is reaching the nobodies and turning them into the second category, which I'm about to talk about, which are the wrongdoers, then they're going to quickly scrub that off so that it can actually help people to be more inclined to becoming good doers, or even with them, the detoxers of society. The problem with that the detoxers of society face is that sometimes, um, you know, we all go through spiritual highs and lows, but sometimes the lows get to them, and it really seems like, wow, I'm not making any progress. Sometimes even I feel like, wow, there's so much bad out there, but detoxers, the only thing you need to focus on is there's still good that you can do out there. There are people who will listen, and you just have to get them, okay, before the scum of society do. The problems that the scum of the society will face are easy. Theirs are actually going to go to outlast their life. They're going to have to deal with it after they die. And who wants something other than peace after they die? Anyways, so the scum of society, they have ease in this life, but the only way to describe their afterlife is painful. We don't want to be that. Anyways, the second category of society, the level 2, are the wrongdoers. These people, they're the parallel of the good doers, where they die with a small legacy of doing bad. For example, if a parent, will give the same example, if a parent has a child and the child remembers, oh, I remember what my mom used to do when she was sad. She used to get let's see, a bottle of vodka and just chug the whole thing down. Yeah, and then she'd feel a bit crazy, and that would somehow make her happy. Okay, and then every time the child's feeling down, she's like, oh, let me do what mom does. That's how a wrongdoer lives. And of course, in the afterlife, pain. Okay, not as much as the scum of society would face, but still pain and fire, whether we like it or not, then even a tiny bit of it, we would like totally freak out. So, my advice to the people who are the wrongdoers, At least be a nobody, but not a wrongdoer. Anyways, I look forward to making the next messages videos. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching.